Great J. Goodman, DeFango, really graceful. This dumb guy and his cat. Graceful. This dumb guy and his cat. Really graceful. This dumb guy and his cat. Most deadly, dangerous criminal syndicate in the history of humankind. Great J. Goodman, DeFango, Random Rants of Ryan, Steve Jobs, Kim.com, really graceful. Tracy Beans, Rabbit, Robert David Steele, this dumb guy and his cat. David Schweiger, Cy Hirsch, Julian Assange, and this guy in the lower right. I don't even know your name. We believe they were involved in the disappearance of Eric Braverman in some way. Where has he been for more than 230 days? We have no idea. He might be appearing in Oxford. We don't know. Can I just make that up? Are these the rants of a crazy person? I'm fake news. I would rather be overzealous and incorrect than credible. That's exactly right. That's sick behavior. I've personally spoken to multiple doctors. I'm not saying that, but that is true. I want to talk about lies. You see, everyone can see. Very recently, no evidence has been presented. Maybe someone who had the files before the rabbit. I don't know. Because I think that Kim.com is playing an important role in this whole story. We do know that Kim.com had some sort of a legal problem as a result of Mega Upload or Mega and maybe being influenced by the FBI. None of these things are true. Kim.com, who started coming onto my broadcast, none of these things are true. I certainly have no idea. And when we get a preponderance of evidence, smear campaign, much in the same way, people like DeFango violating my right to publicity. He said that never happens. But the point of the matter is, we don't have an agenda here other than finding the truth and eliminating the truth. What happened with the dirty bomb is the Coast Guard and the FBI inspected the ship, and they found nothing. Nothing. We want to talk about the truth. Well, wow, where is it? It's very hard to find right now. George told me. George is a good friend of mine. A little touchy, but the very first time I ever became aware of Trish personally, I was thinking if I could slip a bogus rod to Trish.
No.
And I instructed her step by step in this very room under this painting.
No.
Anyway, the image that I'm trying to get to, here's the Merce. Of course, you haven't been in bed with George and I in the same way that I've been with George, and hopefully we can address that, get it straightened out. So we're going to keep going until that happens. Now, I'm not saying that, but George and I spent several days over the course of weeks. He and I actually had a concentrated whisper campaign. Manuel Fango Frederick, I challenged the criminal liar, Manuel Chavez, Frederick Schwellington III, DeFango, the fraud, the liar, who Manuel Schwango, Fango, DeTango, whatever the hell that guy's name is. I didn't know who he was. Manuel Chavez, Frederick Schwellington III. Why are you operating under three names? I'm not saying that you're a CrowdStrike operative. And I do have good reason to believe that the criminal hacker and liar and triple alias moron DeFango, you are inciting hate. I don't want any harm to befall DeFango. I'll also say this. Someone, I don't know who, sent me an email the other day with Manuel Chavez, home address in Arizona. And the person said something to the effect of, "We got your back, bro." I am radioactive, toxic material that was used to smear him, that are accusing me of being a porn star. I heard you say that, DeFango. I heard you say that. I'd like you to prove that. Now, I'm not saying there's a conspiracy for the... I'm not saying that in that person's own broadcast. I'm not saying that he's actually a conspirator with DeFango. Now, I'm not saying that was due to hacking. I'm not trying to say that Lee was influenced by Kim.com. Now, I'm not saying that a devout Wahhabist Muslim woman would marry a fairly secular Jewish man. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy to kill. I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm not saying that. But that is true. I'm not saying that the rabbit who purports to be a whistleblowing leaker, I'm not saying that the rabbit conspired with this person. I'm not saying that they're still married, even though she's filed for divorce, but I think that's true. So I'm not saying that somebody spoofed the file. I don't know if Mossad was involved. Maybe they were. Bring us evidence. That's not what we're investigating right now. I'm not suggesting that. I'm not accusing of anything. I'm specifically not saying that. I'm just saying we're confused.
I think also worth pointing out too is that George was the WikiLeaks relay.
That's right.
It was pre-WikiLeaks.
And he's told us that caused him to become what's called a targeted individual, and that he has had specific issue with
lies. We want to talk about misprision, and we want to talk about conspiracies. We have been accused by some major media outlets. Myself, personally, I've been labeled a conspiracy theorist. And I find that interesting because we are simply reporting facts and evidence based on actual conspiracies. And
Have it cost law enforcement a little bit of money, H.A. I'd rather do that than have another 3,000 people dead, and then you can make a stupid report on it and collect money on Patreon. Oh, by the way, did I mention that DeFango and these other people who are defaming me and Trish and George are using our original intellectual property and monetizing it on their channels to increase their subscriptions and to achieve financial gain for our hard work, trying to protect democracy and to protect the citizens of the United States of America and our own lives? Did I mention that? Rabbit. White rabbit.
white rabbit. White rabbit.